from the edge of the universe. A member of an advanced race of super beings, the Time Lords.
We have the power to do anything we like. Absolute power over every particle in the universe.
He is a guardian of the heavens, but he is not of this earth. He has 2 hearts, a 60-degree body temperature, and 13 lives.
The new body is like a new house. Takes a little bit of time to settle in. As for the physiognomy, well, nothing's perfect.
He has the ability to regenerate himself, totally replacing his mind and his body.
That's the trouble with regeneration. You never quite know what you're going to get.
His vehicle is the TARDIS, a time machine designed to blend itself into any environment, but whose broken chameleon circuit permanently leaves it in the shape of a British police call box.
Well, Sergeant, aren't you going to say that it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside? Everybody else does.
I'll murder you when I get in there, Doctor. I'm not going to let you stop me now.
He travels across the universe to protect the good and to challenge the wicked. He bends reality and stretches the imagination. The master of time and space has arrived. The Doctor is in. The story of Doctor Who is an amazing historical odyssey spanning a period of more than 21 years and reaching over 100 million viewers in 54 countries each week. To understand it, we must become like Time Lords ourselves. We must journey back to 1963, to the beginning. 1963 was the year a phenomenon was born, a phenomenon unmatched in television history. It was the year television audiences first met the strange old man from a planet named Gallifrey.
A thing that looks like a police box standing in a junkyard. It can move anywhere in time and space.
Right so.
This is a vintage scene from the very first Doctor Who program entitled An Unearthly Child. William Hartnell was the first actor to play the Doctor, a strange being from the planet Gallifrey.
You don't understand, so you find excuses. Illusions, indeed.
You say you can't fit an enormous building into one of your smaller sitting rooms.
No.
But you've discovered television, haven't you?
Yes.
Then by showing an enormous building on your television screen, you can do what seemed impossible, couldn't you?
Well, yes, but I still don't...
Not quite clear, is it? I can see by your face that you're not certain. You don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Never mind.
The program series was titled Doctor Who,
Yes, I know.
but no one would ever really learn the name of the central character. He was known only as the Doctor.
Open the doors, Dr. Foreman.
Eh? Doctor Who? What are you talking about?
No one had any idea that what had begun as a simple children's television program would become the longest-running science fiction fantasy series in television history.
I was wrong, wasn't I?
Oh, look, I don't understand it any more than you do. The inside of the ship, suddenly finding ourselves here. Even some of the things Dr. Foreman says.
That's not his name. Who is he? Doctor Who?
Time Lords have 13 lives and the ability to regenerate themselves, completely replacing their minds and their bodies.
It's the end. But the moment has been prepared for.
The Doctor has regenerated 5 times since 1963, with 6 different actors playing the lead. Every Doctor has a distinct personality, and each very different from the other. William Hartnell's Doctor set the stage and laid the groundwork for all the rest. He was mysterious, unpredictable, and cranky. But he was appealing and likable because he was not infallible. He was very human, driven by curiosity and the need to defend the righteous and to protect the innocent, stumbling upon solutions to problems almost by accident.
You must take us back, you must.
You see, this isn't operating properly. Or rather, the code is still a secret.
Following Hartnell, actor Patrick Troughton became the Doctor for 3 seasons. Completely different in character from the first Doctor, this Doctor was a beetle-haired, flute-playing space-time wanderer. a Chaplin-esque cosmic hobo. He needed no super strength or futuristic weapons. He relied on his unique resourcefulness, a magical wit, and a quick mind. Even though he was occasionally frightened by monsters, he always gave the impression that underneath it all, he was 10 steps ahead of them.
It was the Time Lords.
They're your own people, aren't they, Doctor?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, why did you run away from them in the first place?
I was bored.
What do you mean you were bored?
The Time Lords are an immensely civilized race. We can control our own environment. We can live forever, barring accidents, and we have the secret of space-time travel. Well, what's wrong in all that? Well, we hardly ever use our great powers. We can simply to observe and gather knowledge.
And that wasn't enough for you?
No, of course not. With a whole galaxy to explore, millions of planets, eons of time, countless civilizations to meet. Well, why do they object to you doing all that? Well, it is a fact, Jamie, that I do tend to get involved with things. Oh, you can say that again.
The third Doctor was a suave, heroic James Bond type played by actor John Pertwee. He was different in every way, younger, taller, white-haired, and his style changed from clown to dandy. He was dashing and daring, never reluctant to throw himself into a dangerous situation nor to challenge a formidable adversary. He could take care of himself during times of trouble, using neat gadgets and fancy contraptions. It was during Pertwee's 5-year turn as the Doctor that the series became so immensely popular.
Oh, it's traveling faster than light.
Yes, and it can't, can it? I don't know what to make of it. It's come all that way through millions of star systems. It must have been directed, and it must have been directed at us. Why?
Why indeed, Professor Tuck? Why indeed?
Thing is, Doctor, is there anything I can do?
Yes, pass me a silicon rod, will you?
Doctor number 4 looked like a fugitive from the Marx Brothers. Tom Baker's Doctor was energetic and capricious and curious. He stood 6'3", wore a frock coat, a floppy hat, and his trademark was a 17-foot-long striped scarf. He played the Doctor longer than anyone else. His Doctor had a childlike quality, a genuine curiosity, and a capacity for always being surprised.
Interesting, isn't it? A human being whose blood is turning into vegetable soup.
Peter Davison was the 5th Doctor. He was the youngest regeneration of all. In fact, he was only 12 years old when William Hartnell introduced the character in 1963. Davison drew from the first 2 Doctors, borrowing some of the slight brusqueness from Hartnell and a sense of vulnerability from Troughton. His Doctor was somewhat precarious. There was always the possibility that he could be defeated.
Ever been to Alzarius? I was born there, Doctor. Really? It's a small universe, isn't it?
Colin Baker is the 6th Doctor. He is more physical, facing dangerous situations with courage and daring. He is somewhat unpredictable and has a biting, sarcastic wit.
Titan 3, thou craggy knob, which swims upon the oceans of the firmament, receive this weary penitent.
I think I'm going to be sick.
The 6 Doctors, they have brought their fans a rich heritage of thrills and adventure across 20 years of time traveling.
Come on, keep moving. You won't start the beltway.
For every hero, there must be villains. In adventure after adventure, the Doctor has had to battle a menagerie of hostile aliens and evil creatures.
Greater danger even than we imagined.
These unearthly characters have always been popular with Doctor Who audiences. For over 2 decades, the Doctor has dueled Draconians, killed Crotons, and slayed Zygons.
You know, just once I'd like to meet an alien menace that wasn't immune to bullets.
But the most evil, most vile, most frightening, most popular monsters of all are the Daleks.
We are the masters of Earth. We are the masters of Earth. We are the masters of Earth.
The Daleks' debut in December 1963 caused an uproar with fans of the series and became the most popular enemies of the Good Doctor. Because of the creative minds behind the program and their standards of imaginative excellence, Doctor Who has become so much more than merely a television series. For over 2 decades, the Doctor's exploits have continually thrilled millions of viewers. The linking thread between each Doctor has always been a strong moral stance on every issue. The character has always represented a code of honor built on the universal wisdom of justice and fair play. The Doctor's code applies equally to human or alien, always hoping for the best, always wanting to see the good. The program is addictive, and in the words of William Hartnell, the first Doctor, once you've been involved with the Doctor, some of the magic stays with you for the rest of your life. Across continents, across generations, across time, the magic is there, continuing the mythology for perhaps another 21 years of adventure.